Most iPhone filmmakers are leaving cinematic control on the table. They're shooting with the default camera app, but every time they hit record, it's making an 100 decision for you. Exposure, focus, white balance, everything is automatic. And they are wondering why their video don't look professional. But what if I told you there is a free app that gives you full manual control over exposure, the color, and the codec, and it takes just 5 minutes to master? Today, I'm walking you through every setting in the Blackmagic Camera App, from absolute beginner to advanced filmmaker. And by the end, you'll understand exactly what you've been missing. If you don't have it yet, it's called Blackmagic Camera. It's free on the App Store. Go grab it right now. When you open it for the first time, I know it looks a bit intense, but I promise by the end of this video, it's going to feel completely natural. Let's go through each setting one by one. The first one, we will tap on the gear icon. We go in setting. This is where you build your foundation before you shoot a single frame. One of the first things you'll notice is the codec option. You have the codec. If you're on iPhone 15 Pro or newer, set it to Apple ProRes. Personally, I use the Apple ProRes 422. It retains significantly more color, which means your grade in DaVinci Resolve will be way more flexible. The files are big, but the image quality is the best your iPhone can give to you. If you need smaller file, H.265 HEVC is your next best option. Still excellent quality, way more manageable for storage. Don't forget, set it at a bitrate to the max for the best quality. One rule, whatever you choose, stay consistent. Don't mix codec in the same project. It will be a lot easier with your edit. Oh, and if you're shooting in ProRes and you don't have much internal storage, plug in an external SSD. Your phone storage fills up really fast, faster than you think. Just a little warning. For resolution, I always stick with 4K, even though YouTube doesn't require it. Shooting in 4K gives me flexibility if I want to crop, reframe, or zoom in during the editing. I've got the resolution to do it without losing quality. Okay, the color space, this might be the most important thing in the entire app, and I want you to actually understand it. It's not just copy what I say. You have two main options: Standard, Rec. 9, or Apple Log. Standard look like what you see. Contrast, color, everything look normal straight out of the camera. Nice and clean. Apple Log is flat, intentionally flat, but that flatness is capturing the maximum amount of detail in your highlight and shadow. This gives you a lot of flexibility when you color grade your video. My recommendation, Apple Log always. Yes, it takes more work in post, but the moment you apply a grade and see what that footage can do, you'll never go back to Standard. Set your color space to Apple Log. We go back a little bit. For the time code display, I leave it at record run. This way I can see exactly how long I've been recording in real time. I also enable if media drop frame alert. If there is ever a technical issue during the recording, the app will alert me right away. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like and add a comment. This will help other iPhone filmmakers to find my video. Thank you. Now let's jump in the camera setting. First, I like the white balance on record. This prevents the white balance from shifting while I'm recording a clip. Next, I change the shutter measurement from shutter speed to angle, and I use the 100-degree rule. This is the cinematic standard that gives you natural film-like motion blur. For flicker reduction, I set it to 60 Hz since I am in North America. Then I lock my orientation to landscape since I'm always shooting in landscape mode. If you shoot in vertical, do not enable it. Now the audio source, this is where you select your microphone. The audio format, I set it to linear for best quality. Now we go in the monitor tab. The focus assist, I set it to colored line and I change the color to red. Also, I enable display audio meter, the histogram, and the storage status. The live stream, I don't use it, so you need an account on the Blackmagic cloud to be able to use it. Now we go in the media tab. Record proxy, I don't use it because I save a little bit of space. For the save clip to, by default, I leave it at in-app only. And if you have an SSD, you click on File, and you have the option to browse and select your SSD. The file name, I leave it to Blackmagic. And next we go in the function tab. I enable it. For F1, I set it to toggle file scaler. For the F2, toggle auto white balance. And for the F3, toggle autofocus. The next item, the LUTs. Go in the LUT manager. I enable Blackmagic LUT. I keep on it the one with Rec 709 neutral. And at the bottom, you have the option to enable imported LUT. I installed the Apple log to Rec 709. I created a custom LUT for my footage. So I will come back later for the preset. Okay, let's go to the camera HUD. If you swipe from top to bottom, or vice versa, it will show or hide the control. I will start from the top left and I will explain the function. Lens, show the lens option. You can access it also with the button. To hide the lens, just press again on the lens or the button. The frame per second, this is where you adjust the frame per second of the video. If you enable off speed, this allows you to separate the speed at which you capture frame from the speed at which they play back. Certain angle, do not leave it on auto. The rule is simple, 180 degrees always. This is the cinematic standard that gives you a natural film-like motion blur at 24 frames per second. 180 degree gives you shutter speed of 1/48. Your phone does the math automatically. You just need to lock it and leave it alone. And this is also a good moment to explain you something important. A faster shutter gives you sharper, more staccato motion. A slower shutter gives you more blur. This control is not just technical, it changes how the movement feel, and that is exactly why Blackmagic Camera is more powerful than the native app. For Filmmaker, the iris lens aperture, we have no control on it. They are fixed. The time code display, we set it at record 1. Okay, the ISO, this is control your brightness. Low ISO means crisp image. High ISO, more brightness but more noise. Keep your ISO as low as possible. The white balance, do not leave it on auto. I repeat, do not leave it on auto. I've seen so many clips where the white balance shifts in mid-video because the phone saw something and decided to adjust. So lock it. For the light, it's around 5600 Kelvin. Indoor tungsten light, 3200. Cloudy outside, around 6500 Kelvin. Set it and lock it. Next, we have the resolution and the battery. At the bottom of the screen, we have the histogram, the storage statue, and the microphone metering. If you tap off one of them, it will make it bigger, so it's easier to see. Okay, next we have a different tool which help you to stop guessing. This one is the biggest reason Filmmaker moved to the Blackmagic Camera App. On the top one, we have the zebra. Zebra help you see bright area that are approaching overexposure. You can set it on or off. The focus peaking, this overlay highlight often in red, green or blue depending on the setup you did in the setting, the area of the frame that are in sharp focus. The rule of third, this is the most common grid. Overlaying two vertical and two horizontal lines. It is used to position the subject along the line or at the intersection point. It creates balance and interest. The next one, the horizon level. The horizon level uses the iPhone internal sensor to show if the camera is level relative to the horizon. After that, we have the different aspect ratio. The next option is the file scaler. It provides a visual graphic representation of the brightness level. The next item, we have the light. Now let's talk about the focus. Blackmagic supports autofocus on or off. I can adjust the focus manually. You can see if I tap on the screen, can see the focus, it adjusts automatically. If you want, you have the rock focus here. You have 3 options. Here we have another option to control the ISO. The next one is for the recording. After we have the LUT. The LUT is on. You can see a small icon on the left side. And now we have the stabilization. We have off, standard, cinematic, and extreme. Pro tip, if using cinematic or extreme, try a slightly faster shutter speed to keep the frame crisp. Next, the media tab. It's where you check your shot and delete the bad one. I will show you the custom function button. We have the function here. If you go on the screen, you have 3 dots just right here. If you tap on it, you can see all the function. If you press on F1, this enable the fast color. The F2, it changed the white balance from automatic to manual or vice versa. And the F3 is for the focus. So now we can see we have a small A, it's on the autofocus. If I tap again, the autofocus is gone. In setting to the remote camera control. If you have a second iPhone or iPad, to use it, you need 2 devices with the Blackmagic Camera App installed and both connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Now we go for the preset. This one is going to save you a lot of time once all your settings are set in exactly the way you want them. Tap the preset icon, it saves new preset. Give it a name and click on save. Next time you open the app, one tap and you're ready to shoot. Not going through every setting from scratch every single time. Also, I show you another thing. On the main screen, on the left side, you have 3 dots. If you tap on the first one, you will see preset. You select your preset and you click on the small check mark. Now all your settings have been restored from your saved preset. Now you have a good starting point for most iPhone Filmmaker. You can shoot in 4K at 24 or 30 frames per second with the 100-degree shutter angle. You have the manual white balance. You keep the ISO low. Use focus manually for cinematic B-roll and autofocus when speed matters. Choose H.265 if you want smaller file. Choose ProRes if quality and grading flexibility matter more. Use zebra and fast color when exposure is critical. And save a preset once you find a setup you like. Now, look, those settings are your foundation. If this masterclass helped you understand your iPhone filmmaking a little bit better, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dive into the world of mobile filmmaking. Thank you for watching and I see you in the next one. Bye!